this incredible story, this hoax involving the top football player at Notre Dame. NBC's John Yang is in South Bend this morning. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. It does seem like it seemed like a story made for Hollywood. A star football player here at Notre Dame who leads his team to a spectacular season after overcoming terrible tragedy, the deaths of his grandmother and his girlfriend on the same day. But it turns out that's all it was, a story. Manti Te'o's story seemed destined to take its place alongside the legends of Notre Dame's storied football program. A star linebacker and Heisman Trophy finalist after an undefeated season that ended at the national championship game. Inspiring teammates and becoming a campus hero by triumphing over twin tragedies. The loss on the same day in September of his grandmother and his girlfriend, who died after battling leukemia. A story he told on ESPN's College Game Day in October.
Possibly the most beautiful girl I've ever met. Not because of her physical beauty, but the beauty of her character and who she is.
But she never existed, a fact first reported by the website Deadspin.com.
It was a story that was sort of unimaginable. And here was someone telling us that we should check because he had heard that she didn't exist.
After all, the story of Te'o's doomed girlfriend formed a plot line often told by Te'o and his family. In an October newspaper story, his father said they locked eyes after a Notre Dame game at Stanford in 2009. Then there was her near-fatal car crash last year, subsequent leukemia diagnosis and death just hours after his grandmother died.
We're actually talking about my grandma. She was trying to console me, and I was just out of it. And last thing she said to me was, "I love you."
Te'o, who's in Florida preparing for the upcoming NFL draft, issued a statement saying they met online and only communicated by phone. To realize that I was the victim of what was apparently someone's sick joke and constant lies was and is painful and humiliating. At a news conference, the Notre Dame athletic director choked with emotion.
That the single most trusting human being I've ever met will never be able to trust in the same way again in his life. That's an incredible tragedy.
School officials said Te'o discovered the deception in early December and told coaches 3 weeks later. Notre Dame hired private investigators and got their final report January 4th, 2 days before they lost the national championship to Alabama.
We encouraged them to try and focus forward and focus on the game and not draw attention backwards if he could.
The athletic director speculates that Te'o was victim of a phenomenon known as catfishing, using social media to create a false identity, the subject of a series on MTV. For the journalist who broke the story, no twist could be too far-fetched.
Given how much of a surprise what we've already learned is, I'm hesitant to guess where this story is going to go.
Even though school officials knew of the hoax before the national championship game, they didn't say anything publicly. They said they believed it was Te'o's story to tell, not theirs. They say Te'o was planning to speak out next week before Deadspin beat him to the punch, and now he could speak out as soon as today. Matt?
John Yang, thank you very much.